Crypt Keeper Dave.
Ian, it's past my bedtime. What are these hooligans doing, kicking over my dustbin and keeping me up at night?
Yeah, they're stealing pies off your windowsill.
They are. They are. Ian, I've missed you.
I have missed you as well. I have been doing a lot of travel, which we are going to talk about. And yeah, it's been an eventful couple of weeks.
Yeah, we haven't talked much because I think you have so many more complicated factors in your life. There's just more variables that you have on the daily than I have. And I feel like when you travel,
too, when they're both children.
Well, and then when you travel with the family, it's compounded. And so I never want to bug you, But yeah, like you're a busy boy, We haven't talked for what? When was the last time we actually talked? Like at least 2.5, 3 weeks ago?
But yeah, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You're right. It's been a while. But yeah, I'm back in town. I got back in town just in time for that big snowstorm the other day.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. I went straight out and did some. I got a text from my neighbor because he saw me leaving on what was that, Monday morning, I guess. And we had just gotten back in town, whenever it was. The next morning, we had just got back into town, and it had rained. It was rain and then snow, and we probably got about 8 inches.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow. Yeah, unexpectedly.
Yeah, we were only supposed to get 1 inch, and then we ended up with 8. And it had rained starting to start it all off, so it froze, and the roads were awful. And so I was like, yes. And so we got back home. Oh, that's what it was. We got back home. We got the kids to bed. It was a long travel day.
Oh, okay.
And then I went out to go find us go through a drive-through because there was no food in the house.
Yep. You just get back. You got to go to the store. You didn't have time to go to the store.
Yep. Yeah. So he sees me leaving and he texts hey, the roads are probably dangerous. And I'm like, that's what I'm counting on. Excellent.
I know. Why do you think I'm leaving, Bob?
Yeah. Why do you think I picked now? So I hit on my usual spots. I have gotten the family car on the snow tires. I've discovered I can squeeze a donut sesh out of a real tiny spot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it'll just do one just right on its own axis, right away.
Oh, okay.
You just got to start it with the handbrake and then just give it a bootful, and you're going around. We did it today, leaving the Science Museum parking lot, and the kids enjoyed it very much.
Today was also a good day for it because we had a little bit of that rain, ice, then some
sleep.
Snow on top. Yep. Yeah.
It was perfect for it.
Yeah, hooligan weather is what I think it said on weather.gov. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we got this snow right when we got back, right after Christmas, it was a couple days ago now. And it was real heavy snow too, so it caused some chaos. And for some people, that I saw 2 things recently where Eeyore has the rain cloud that's only over him. In Winnie the Pooh. I saw 2 things very recently. One was tied to the snow that is like that. Your own private hell, right? And
really?
It's you and only you, and you're just you step back and look at it and you're like, well, okay, I'm doing something wrong with my life because something or someone has smited me.
Okay, you must have accidentally kicked a gypsy at some point.
Something.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and bring up Private Hell.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what this is. I haven't seen this, so let's see.
This was taken in my neighborhood. We were walking around.
No! It's a giant branch that's fallen on top of somebody's poor little Toyota Corolla thing.
No, I mean, no other cars, no other branches around, just direct hit on only that car.
Oh my God! It broke out the window, the back window.
That is an X car, I think, probably.
Oh no, I hope they had insurance. Oh my
Yeah.
God, those poor people.
Yeah.
Oh
We had one fall and it landed, big one, just like this, landed about a foot in front of our car
no.
at our
Oh
house.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It was a big mess.
That reminds me, hearts go out to our buddy Dana. I think he lost a vehicle due to a tree as well. Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
These
Dude.
heavy snows, man, it just destroys stuff.
Right? Oh my God, Ian. Oh yeah, look at this other giant branch that fell down next to it. Holy cow.
Mhm. Yeah.
Man.
And these like the wet, heavy snow, we don't get that in Denver that much. And so when we
No.
do, it just causes havoc.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So dry up here. Yeah, your boy's itchy.
Right.
These don't come
Yeah.
these don't come by very often. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But then the other thing we started doing when we travel now, we've discovered that off airport parking places
Oh,
where
yeah,
you can do like the valet
Okay.
and then they
Okay.
like bring the car to you. With kids, traveling with kids, that's awesome. Like
I'm not hip to any of these spots. Yeah, so give me the rundown. It's like the off-site parking, not like
there's a
the
bunch of them.
airport parking.
Right. And then you take their shuttle and they
Hmm.
drop you off at the terminal or whatever.
Okay.
But traveling with kids, it's actually kind of easy because it's a lot cheaper than parking in the garage at the airport.
Right. Yeah, that's
especially when
like
you're gone
30
for a
bucks
long
a day or
time.
something. Yeah.
Right. And so it's a little cheaper. And then, but you can do the valet thing too. So that you drop them off, you get dropped off in the parking lot and their car's right there.
Nice. Okay.
So you just like throw the kids in, throw the luggage in, and then go.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice. But we did that, and when I was getting into the car, I noticed that one person had parked in their garage, the self park in the garage, and had maybe not picked the best spot.
Oh no.
And you could see that in Private Hell 2.
.jpeg.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yep. I've fallen victim to this myself before. So it's a car that is basically destroyed by bird poop. Yeah.
And just one side, just like one panel, like just like one door, one fender is just coated.
Yeah.
So there's some buddies living directly above that spot, and they thought, "Oh man, I'm getting a good spot here."
Yeah, that's exactly
right by the entrance.
Yep.
And nope.
Yeah, this is that. Like, is it too good to be true? Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, those were my two private hell things that I saw. Yeah. That does bring me to our trip though, because I saw this when we got back. So we had this idea of we're going to Michigan to see my wife's family for Christmas, and neither of us particularly enjoy the state of Michigan, having lived there for a long time. And so we were like, well, let's jazz it up a little and let's go to Chicago first.
Right, that's right.
Right, I grew up outside Chicago, and Chicago at Christmas time is really cool because there's
an amazing city.
Displays. It's great, and the kids have never seen it at Christmas time, so we'll take them there, and then we'll take the train from Chicago to Michigan because there's a station at Dearborn, so we can rent a car from the Detroit airport.
Oh, okay.
And then it just makes it really easy.
Okay.
So we had this all worked out. We had a really like finely tuned scheduled. We get to Chicago, no real issues. But there was a big winter storm that was about to come through.
Yes. And this was like the crazy low temperatures that we had mid-December, late December. Yeah.
Yes. Like the 22nd of December. That's when it was hit. It was going to hit, which is when we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave on the 22nd of December. So like 2 days before that, we're in line at the Sears Tower. I will not call it the Willis Tower. It's the Sears Tower.
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in line there, and we're about to get in the elevator, and I get a text that they canceled our train.
No.
The whole train. They canceled the whole train.
You can't cancel trains.
They canceled the whole train.
You can't cancel trains.
There's 2 lines that go to Michigan.
Uh-huh.
They canceled both afternoon trains.
Oh my
For
God.
both that Thursday and Friday.
Did you call them and say you can't cancel trains?
No, they just send you a text like, and there's like, good luck. Here's a link. You can try to buy another ticket. You click on the link. Both the morning train and the afternoon train, both days completely full.
Right.
What they'd done was they canceled the train so that way they would have time to clear the tracks of the snow.
Okay.
Between the morning train and the afternoon train, or the evening train.
Gotcha.
So basically, we can't take a train now.
Right. You don't have a flight booked.
Right. We have nothing. We have nothing at all. We have a car that we're supposed to be picking up 400 miles away.
Right.
300 miles away.
Yeah.
In Dearborn.
And you didn't have a car in Chicago, right? You were just Uber lifting?
No, we just took the subway. We just took we were downtown, so we just took the subway and walked. And so we didn't have car seats because we didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And we had been talking like, oh, the hardest part is going to be getting off the plane in O'Hare, getting all of our luggage, because we were there for like 10 days.
Right.
All of our luggage and our 2 kids onto the L, and then walking 4 blocks or whatever it was to the hotel.
Right.
Getting all that done.
Right.
It was a long day. And then that's the hardest thing we had to do.
Right.
And then we got that. And then so now anyone who has kids knows this maneuver, which is you get the kids to bed in the hotel room. You're now in the hotel room with them.
Uh-huh.
But you can't do anything, right? So you end up sitting on the floor of the bathroom with your laptop, which is what Jenny and I did. So we were like huddled over our laptops on the bathroom floor for hours, just like, okay, what if we take a flight?
Right.
What if we fly? What if we just like schedule a flight home out of Chicago and do a one-way car, or just a round trip car rental that way? All these different iterations. Finally, we figured out like the cheapest thing to do was to rent a car in Chicago, drive it to the Detroit airport.
Okay.
And then just have it be a one-way rental to the Detroit airport.
Right.
The catch was that the car place didn't have car seats.
Okay.
So we had to buy car seats.
Yeah.
So we get all this done.
Is Nico in a booster or is he in a straight up seat?
He's in a booster.
Okay.
Which becomes important later. They're in 2 different car seats. One's in a booster, one's in like a front facing.
Right. Full on kids harness car seat. Yeah.
So we order them from Target. And we're going to pick them up.
Uh-huh.
So the next day, 2 things happen. I get a call at dinner. Oh, that car that you rented didn't actually exist. It was a glitch.
No.
And so you don't have a car.
No. Oh, yeah. God. Yeah. Cue the Seinfeld car rental reservation thing. Yeah.
Right. And so they're just like, well, no, sorry. And I was like, well, okay, back to the floor of the hotel bathroom, I guess. And then I tracked down another rental car.
The cool embrace of the tile.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So tracked down another rental car, and then Jenny got an email. Oh, we don't have those car seats at the same Target.
No.
So the last night we were in Chicago, I took the train to Midway, picked up a rental car, then drove to 2 different downtown Chicago Targets 2 days before Christmas to stand in line in the pickup. It was like a 3.5 hour thing.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah. And then we drove to Michigan, and we were like maybe 2 hours ahead of the storm.
Okay.
And on the west side of Michigan there, they get like feet of snow during those things.
Yeah.
Because the lake effect. So we barely made it out.
Wow. Yeah, it's like that movie, like the giant, like all-consuming cloud. You guys are running from it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And people were going slow in front of me, and I was just like, do you not know what's happening? Move.
Yeah.
We made really good time.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have no doubts about that. What did you do with the car seats?
We kept them. We kept them.
Okay.
Because now we have an extra set, and the one that we got for Gus, it converts into a booster.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Okay.
now we'll have like basically like 3 boosters eventually.
Yeah.
But now we just have a second set for my car, so there's just gonna live there for now.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like my planes, trains, and automobiles.
Like literal planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah.
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 Yeah, absolutely.
At any point, did you have to convince somebody that shower curtain rings were earrings? No?
I did not. No.
Okay. Yeah. And you didn't fall asleep with your hand between 2 pillows? No?
No. No.
Good.
But yeah, it was a little stressful for a minute because I was like, well, we're not the only ones trying to locate a rental car in Chicago like 2 days before Christmas. And as it was, like we got the last, when I got to the thing, it was like the last car they had. And it was definitely the only 4-wheel drive car they had. Which was good because we were going to be driving around with really bad, with a pretty big snowstorm that went through Michigan. So we ended up with a Mazda CX-30.
Oh, okay. Small. Yeah.
It was small. It was barely got all.
Yeah, I was going to say, how'd you get all your stuff in there? Yeah.
It was tight. It was definitely tight. It was definitely less room inside than our car.
Okay, than a
Even
Jetta.
though it's a lot taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It drove. It's the same with all the Mazdas, right? Like, it drives great. Really don't have any complaints about that.
Right.
But the infotainment is just horrendous.
Really? Like Android Auto didn't hold up and stuff like that?
It works, but you got to use the wheel.
Oh, that's right. Like when we had the MX-5. That's right. Yeah, the weird non-touch touchscreen.
Yeah. So you have to use the wheel and click.
Yeah.
Which is fine most of the time, but then when you have to like put in an address or something, it sucks.
Yeah.
The other thing that was bad was that you could not turn off traction control. There was no traction control button. And it would not let you slide it. Like it was unhappy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried many times to do donuts in that car. And
it
did not cooperate with me.
Really?
And so 0 out of 5 stars. Also, the other thing that was really bad about it was that it dings at you for like seriously 10 seconds when you start it up.
Oh,
like,
really?
Really obnoxious dinging. I don't really even fully understand what it was yelling at me about. But it just like every time you start the car, it's like really obnoxious noises for like 10 full seconds.
Well, it recognizes that you have children, so it's just doing that thing where like a child makes a noise and you're like, are you hungry? Are you tired? Like, what's wrong?
I go immediately into triage mode.
Yes, yeah.
I got snacks. I got Band-Aids. I got water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then just shove a tablet in their face. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, it drove great. It was comfortable. But yeah, it had some weird little quirks about it.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that was the other thing. It doesn't have, so that the newer ones, they got rid of, I was reading about it because I was like, how do I turn off traction control?
Right.
So I actually looked it up. They got rid of traction control button on the newer ones, and they just have this, like, it's a little icon of a car with like, on rough terrain.
Okay.
And it's a mode for the transmission where you push it, and it's basically, if you get stuck, it's to get that one right there. It's to get you unstuck.
Gotcha. So it'll let you kind of like spin the wheels in the effort to get out. But then does it come back on after like 10 minutes or something?
You're not supposed to use it if you're going over like 10 miles an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't work as defeating traction control. It only works as defeating traction control from a stop.
Gotcha. Okay. No, Luther, my Lexus LS460 has something similar. You can turn off
Mhm.
traction control, but it doesn't quite go off, and it will come back on like after a while, right? But then
Yeah.
like you can hold the button down for like an obscenely long time, and then it's just completely off until you turn it back
Right.
on. Yeah.
You hold the button down, you sign a waiver.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Fill it
Yeah.
out in triplicate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is very frustrating that you were not able to hoon your rental car.
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance. I was going to try it in reverse, but I didn't get a chance to do that.
Okay. One of my favorite things about you is your approach to this, because like you are basically encountering an obstacle like somebody who debugs video games for a living, right? Like they run into like a wall, right? And they're like,
Mhm.
wait, what if we try running into it backwards? Oh shit, we can clip through it. Right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's basically I am shadow IT,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
Right. It's the shadow IT is the idea, for anyone who doesn't know, is the idea that like there's the IT that your company delivers to you and that they know about and maintain, that like Dave would do.
Yes.
But then shadow IT is when you go fuck it and install VLC media player on your own work PC without talking to anybody about it.
Right.
Because it's not like you're solving the problem that you created for yourself in that you want to watch a video at work, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm solving for the problem that that Mazda and the rental car company expressly have wished me not to have.
They've gone out of their way to keep you from having this problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. But I'm like, I still have this problem. I'm going to figure out a way.
I don't think from their perspective that is the problem.
No, I'm the problem.
There you go. There you go.
But it's the same with the shadow IT, right? Like,
right.
The user who does that is the problem.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes. Yes.
Not that they can't watch the video they downloaded from the .ru website they visited.
Just because you want to watch an F1 live stream when you're on the road.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Oh man. Oh. Well, I admire your persistence, Ian. There are many things I admire about you, and your persistence is one of them. Because when you fixate on something, you pitbull that thing. Like you really do. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually it's fucking around. Yes.
What's that that all hail the black market sticker? I don't what is it? I don't fuck around, and even when I do, I don't fuck around. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, very Ian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what though? I'm gonna pivot from our table of contents here because I remembered about something else. So speaking about IT woes and travel stuff, there's been some news lately that is sort of up our alley a little bit with the Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
Complete fucking debacle.
Yes. Yes, there has been. Yes.
And this really doesn't have anything to do with cars, except it kind of does. But we'll get to that.
No, I saw the Southwest debacle unfold. I am somebody that is fascinated by corporate downfall. I have very close ties to like a Payless shoe store, and I watched their decay from proxy almost within, right? Just corporate, like the corporate decay is something that just completely fascinates me on so many levels, right? Like, it's like I love liminal spaces, and like that is like one of the things that feeds like liminal spaces. And so I was following the Southwest thing, and I just had a bunch of pattern recognition neurons fire in my head, and I tweeted out a thread about what I think probably happened. In that, like, I don't know. Do you want to describe it? Like, yeah.
Well, so over the holidays, Southwest had basically like a bunch of cascading failures where part of it is that the way that they run the logistics, they're uniquely vulnerable to weather related things because they don't do the hub and spoke logistics like everybody else does. They like, their planes go in series from city to city to city to city. And so like a huge weather event at one or two major cities really can
really fuck the whole thing. Yeah.
And this was a weather event basically across half the country. So it was tough for everybody, but it was uniquely tough for them. Plus, they have notoriously bad internal IT systems.
Yeah.
To the point where, I don't know if you saw this, during the most recent workers' strike that they had, the top demand was not worker pay. That was second to the top demand was fix these legacy, like update our software.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so they put off, it's that technical debt thing, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Where you just put off upgrading your systems, you put them off, you put it off, you put it off, and then it becomes this huge insurmountable thing because you've put it off for so long. Now you got to start over, essentially.
Right.
It becomes daunting.
Right.
So that's where they're at.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And not only do you have to start over, like you have to take such significant and painful downtimes, right? From all of the delays that you have,
yes.
Like all of the opportunities that you have had to upgrade, those feed into like at an exponential level, the downtime that you're going to have to when you finally decide to upgrade the system. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like,
And part of it is, it kind of follows the like the kind of cycle of excitement and investment when a company is first starting, right? You get a bunch of investment and they go on a big buying spree and they do a bunch of development, but then a lot of the dependencies and stuff for that software like falls away and maybe goes EOL and maybe, we'll just patch that here or we'll botch this here. And it goes along well enough, but eventually that doesn't become that becomes unsustainable.
Right.
And so the thing that I was thinking about, the way to tie it back to cars, was, we're in this period right now where there's tons of investment and like excitement around self-driving cars and autonomous vehicles. But eventually, all of this is it's all software, right? Like eventually, one or more of these companies is going to reach a point where, they have enough capital, they have enough revenue to kind of do operations and stuff, but they're not going to be doing this sort of like hyper fast development that they're doing now.
Right.
And we're going to get to a point where that stuff is just going to stop working or stop being reliable.
Right.
And there's going to be a company that gets into this situation at some point. What does that look like? What does that, and does it just like, oh, your car just doesn't work anymore because of a software upgrade issue or what?
Well, I mean, we've seen that happen before with the different tiers of cellular networks shutting down, right?
Yeah.
With the GSM network, right? I think a 2016 Lexus was still riding on the GSM network. Right?
Oh, wow.
So these people bought their cars 7 years ago, and now they can't like use their smart app and their subscription services that they paid for to like track their car, turn their car on, like do all that stuff, right?
Or emergency services in some cases, right?
Exactly, like the OnStar stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like I mean, it's so interesting because the automotive sales culture is so divergent from the IT culture that's necessary to keep something like that running, right? Because IT can never be anything other than a revenue sucking thing. It is a black hole that you throw money into and your company has to deal with that, right?
Yes.
Because the return on investment is indirect, right? You know, like, so I'll just give it.
Well, a way to put it is to bring it back to the snow thing. There's this old adage in a bunch of different cities like Chicago and DC or whatever, that like no mayor ever gets elected because of how well they do snow removal, but they sure get booted out of office for fucking it up.
Exactly.
And IT is sort of the same thing, right? Like,
right.
You don't notice it until you fuck it up.
Right. And on top of that, like, you have to convince people to spend money that they don't want to spend, right? Like large sums of money for things that like that they can't often contextualize, right? Like this, I mean, like, this is directly from my work, right? Because of the investments that leadership, IT leadership at my work made, we were able to spin up 100 virtual machines for our telehealth visits inside of a couple days without having to buy any new hardware whatsoever, right? Like they had done so well in like convincing and exposing the thing, like the vision of how virtualization's going, like all the trajectories of data center operations, right? That everybody was okay signing the checks to buy this stuff, right? And then guess what? A fucking pandemic hits. I make a phone call and I ask literally for 100 servers, and my buddy goes, "Yeah, we can do that." Like, you know, like, right? Like, is Tesla doing that? Is Ford doing that? Like, are they making these kinds of investments in this like culture that is so divergent from the sales architecture that they've had their entire existence, right?
Well, and that's the really other thing too about it, is that it's really impossible to know that from the outside, right? Like, you can speculate all you want, but there's no way to know whether any of these self-driving companies have made these sorts of investments to be able to scale,
right,
or maintain things once they get to a certain scale. You know, like that's going to be a big issue, and I wonder what that looks like when there aren't just billions of dollars being thrown at it constantly when the next sexy thing shows up.
Right.
It's going to be really interesting to see how some of that stuff gets maintained, especially with this, where there's another thing that's really unique about this situation is that there's a lot of hardware to software dependencies. And whenever you have that, it creates another layer of stuff needing to be maintained and tested more rigorously, right?
And it's important to note that it's important to maintain the personnel that can test and maintain that stuff, right? Because you're not just managing systems, you're managing people that are managing systems, right? And if you're not taking care of those people, then your systems decay, right?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is like the supply chain issues too, of like, well, you know, we can't get Intel processors anymore. We'll just get
AMDs.
We'll just get AMDs, and instead it will be fine. Right. But maybe not, right? Like you gotta all that stuff needs to be tested, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that shakes out in the next, I think, 5 years, right? We're gonna start to see some of those legacy systems around. Like, I want to know what happens to Tesla firmware that's 10 years old.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting.
No. Yeah. I think that, like, to loop it back to the shadow IT thing, right? Like, that there are, I mean, when was the last time that you came across a system where it was like it was running on somebody's desktop, laptop, or a server underneath their desk, literally underneath their desk, right? I mean, a production system. Ian's looking down off camera. A production system that people are using, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unfortunately, this kind of stuff still happens in corporate environments all the time. Like, I came across the last one, I don't know, within the last 3 years, right? No, within the last year. Digital signage thing that was running off of someone's desktop. Like, if those kinds of things are persistent, it like, or pervasive, is that the word I'm trying to find?
Yeah.
Right. If they exist in your environment, right? Like, and production is riding on it. Like it is, you are in, it's going to go real bad, real bad. Right. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Thin ice.
I have got stories about that, about things under people's desks.
Right.
The best one, I knew someone when I first started my first job out of the military. This guy had one of the root .mil DNS servers on a desktop under his desk.
No.
Yes.
What?
Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. It was a domain under .mil, but it was the root DNS
just sitting there with one power cord.
Like actual, like literally mission critical, like literally the most.
Right. Yeah. Like missiles in the sky critical.
Yeah. Bad. Not good.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's so messed up. Like I was able to like do the like slow motion dive in front of something. I think I told you about it. It was a parking system at work where
I think I remember this.
The only reason we found out about it was because they put a request in for a network switch. And like our supply chain folks were like, what are you doing? And it turned out they were bringing a parking vendor in that was going to they were going to put a cellular modem in one of the desktops and then run like this like fancy parking management software off of a GPU that they put in the desktop. And it would have used the cellular modem to get back to the vendor so that IT would never be aware of the system being in place. Like the vendor actually told me that when I talked to them. Like they didn't realize what I did in the organization, and they were still in sales mode trying to sell it to me as if I was not an IT person. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's connect a health system, right, to some unknown vendor with a cellular modem. Like, I doubt that could ever get hacked. Like, that would never be used as an ingress to the network.
Super shady.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, we did not use that vendor. Yeah. It was,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But like that kind of stuff happens, man. And oftentimes, I will say for just about everyone involved, they're just trying to get shit done. They're just trying to get through their day, right? They're
just trying to do a donut.
They're just trying to do a donut and they can't get that fucking traction control button off themselves. That's great.
Yep. So they're going around it. Yep.
They're trying it in reverse.
It's the same, but it really is the same energy. Fine, we'll put a cable modem in.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad that you brought that up, Ian. I'm glad that you brought that up. Yeah, because like the thing that I gravitate to during that kind of like corporate downfall stuff is just how disastrous it is for non-leadership individuals. The fucking CEOs all get their golden parachutes and all that shit, but people get kicked in the fucking teeth over that kind of stuff all the time. Like people will relocate to a different city. Boom. And then, because of like fucking Mitt Romney's company, Bain Capital, then all of a sudden the company's in bankruptcy and these people don't have a job anymore. Right.
And that like private equity shit. I know I've been on this soapbox a bunch of times, but whatever, not getting old yet. Those motherfuckers are the worst at this, right? Because they will come in and they'll be like, well, look, we cut expenditures and now profits are up and whatever. But that doesn't tell you is that they're not making investments for 5-10 years from now when, you got this old ass system and now you've got everybody, like the frontline person who's in front of a irate customer and can't do anything, is powerless to help the customer. Right. All the way up to your IT management who looks like a bunch of idiots because you didn't give them any resources 5 years ago. Right. And like you said, the people who made those decisions are long gone.
Yeah. they've moved on. They're in other companies. They're in other
They're
businesses.
destroying other businesses already.
Yeah. Did snow just fall through your roof and onto you?
It was, I think it was some dust from my ceiling fan or something. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Mitt Romney just landed on the roof.
He's got a room temperature glass at 2% for you, buddy.
I said what I said, Mitt. Those motherfuckers. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, because there is no understanding around the gravity of sustainability and how much of a fucking black hole it is to throw money into that. It really is. It's so difficult to make a system. It's exponentially more difficult to make a sustainable system year over year. Yeah. It's I don't know. Yeah.
But again, this is why I don't do this. Like, I issue wherever I can do a low tech solution. I do a low tech solution,
right?
Because I know that the day will come when my light bulb is going to blue screen because somebody didn't pay their hosting bill. And I don't need that shit.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I'll take a few years of doing this instead. Turning the light switch on and off manually.
Is this the part where I tell the story about the hospital network that was hacked because their vending machine vendor, the guest network that it attached to used prod DNS, not guest DNS?
I love it. I love that so much.
Right? Yeah. Fucking taken down from the inside by one of your fucking Pepsi machines. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. My family is already against me. I don't need my toaster to be against me too.
Right? What private hell is this? Yeah. Right? Yeah.
My toaster's attacking me now?
I've said this many times. I'm very thankful that my dad did not get into home automation before he passed away, because I would be getting nonstop calls from my mother. The lights would be flickering. Like, it would look like a horror movie in that house. Yeah. Like, the living room is chartreuse? I don't know. David, fix it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. It's good
I should have pulled the fuse, Dave. I should have just pulled the fuse. And then maybe I could have done a donut.
Oh, Ian. Yeah.
What else we got?
Oh, buddy, I mean, you have a license plate game.
Yes.
I think we should keep Johnny's thing for next episode.
Let's finish up with a license plate game.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do anything else. Let's do the license plate game. Yeah. We're out.
It's so good to talk to you again.
We talked about computers for 20 minutes. What else? It's not to love.
I know. I missed you, buddy.
You too. I'm sure that's why people tune into this, is for us to talk about computers for 20 minutes.
I do have to say, I'm very thankful for that tweet that you sent out about the walrus that was jacketed in the UK, and how much Stern hand jobs is taken off. Yeah, thanks to you and our buddy Steve Edwards. Yeah.
Love that.
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah. Fucking walrus, man. Yeah, so great. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
For anyone who didn't see it, there was a walrus who got lost apparently and came ashore in the UK, and it was like it was on New Year's Eve, and he had a nap on the beach, and they ended up canceling the fireworks display because this walrus was on the beach where they were going to do the fireworks, and so they didn't want to disturb the walrus, so they canceled the fireworks, which is great. But then the walrus woke up and decided to pleasure himself in front of a bunch of onlookers on the beach. And I joked that this is just like how we have Groundhog Day, except this is how in the UK they predict whether the Tories are going to win or not. So walrus shows up, and if he masturbates awkwardly in front of a bunch of onlookers, that means the Tories will win.
So many parents had to explain what was going on to their children, or choose not to. It was one of the video that they had, that the one that you retweeted was so fucking great.
So hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Because at one point he stops and he kind of looks at the camera and just like, yeah, you know what's happening.
I'm not the weird one. You're the weird one for watching.
Yeah.
I'm an animal. You have thumbs. You can choose to do something else.
I have to do this with a flipper.
Just a stern flipper hand job. Just a stern flipper job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
to whoever filmed that and posted it, I thank you and I give you one sticky flipper salute.
Sticky flipper salute is the title of the episode. I'm writing it down right now.
See, what you want to do, guys, is you want to get to Dave when he's tired, and then he laughs at all your jokes.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm laughing so much. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Ian.
Who says we don't talk about current events on this show?
That fucking video. Oh, man. Okay.
Let's just play a game.
All right.
This I'm so excited because this has one of my very favorite plates that I've ever seen.
Are any of the plates masturbating walrus?
No.
Okay.
No one can top that.
Okay. All right. Well, this
king.
Do you want to give me any exposition before I pull it up? What do you?
You know what this one is called? Allow me to introduce myself. Sometimes people just want to introduce themselves with their vanity plates.
Okay.
And this is three people doing their best to tell you just exactly who they are right off the jump.
Just a bold opening move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some more politely than others. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Allow me to introduce myself. Okay. All right. Up top, we have a somewhat snow-covered Jeep Compass.
I think it's a Cherokee.
Cherokee, right? Okay. Then we have a maroon Nissan Frontier pick-em-up truck.
Mm-hmm.
King cab.
Mm-hmm.
Then a black Cadillac Escalade SUV. Oh, with a nice Porsche spot in the background. I like that you left the Porsche in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? 911 G. Is that?
That's a turbo.
Turbo. Fancy in that wacky teal that they have. That's pretty really cool color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. These
plates. Then the license plates.
Then the plates. Oh man, I'm sending one of these to our buddy Steven. Okay. So Miss K, Misskay.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss K. Then we have Mr. Busta. Yeah. MR space BUSTA. Busta. Yeah. Okay. Then we have Trash Queen. 7 characters. Trash Queen. TRSHQWN.
My very favorite plate I've ever seen in my life.
Trash Queen is amazing.
I want Trash Queen on my car.
Embrace your inner Trash Queen, Ian.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. God. You know, I thought coming in that Miss K was going on the Escalade. It just had the most Escalade-y vibe. But now I kind of want to put Trash Queen on the Escalade. Like,
interesting.
You know, like Escalade, like Queen, like all that kind of just fits to me.
You have a lot of trash in the back of that.
You could. Yeah. Whether it's your family or cargo, you know? Wow. Okay. I'm not, I have very much zoomed in for,
it's
clues.
A blurry picture. It's a little bit of a blurry picture.
That's okay. Oh, we have a University of Florida license plate frame on the Nissan Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
And no plate frame, and maybe, is that a California plate?
I believe this was a DC plate. I think it was
DC plate. Okay. All right. On the Escalade, we've got a trailer hitch.
There's stickers on the front as well.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a lady with is that with a rifle and a cat?
I don't think it's a rifle.
It's a stick figure lady and a cat, but she's holding something that's vertical.
Yeah.
Then we have
Maybe a cat toy because it looks like it's curved at the top.
Yeah. And then a cat toy.
A cat toy?
A cat on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. And then really nothing on the Jeepy. It's a Colorado plate. Huh.
And just a plain black license plate frame on the Jeep.
Okay, yeah, that's the appropriate thing to do. Yeah. That's the AutoZone $8.99 special. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay, Mr. Busta, Trash Queen, and Miss K. Miss K. I kind of want to go with my gut and put Miss K on the Escalade.
On the Escalade?
Yeah, okay. On the Escalade. Miss K Escalade. Yeah. That just has a ring to it to me. So then that leaves Mr. Busta and Trash Queen. I think I've got to put Trash Queen on the Frontier.
Okay.
And then Mr. Busta on the Jeep.
Interesting.
And
okay.
Mr. Busta is just like, I mean, I have no logic for that whatsoever. Trash Queen, I'm seeing the cat stickers and I'm seeing a trailer hitch on the Nissan. And I'm thinking that's some queen shit right there. You know?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to change any of these answers?
I mean, I want more clues. But I don't think so. I think Miss K just has an Escalade vibe to me. I kind of got to go with that even if it's wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all kind of basing it off of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, your answers are in the Dave Don't Look folder.
All right, here we go.
Dave, I don't have great news for you.
I got them all wrong, Ian.
You got them all wrong.
I got every single one wrong. Oh.
Trash Queen was on that Jeep, and so we got home as the snow was starting to hit.
Okay.
And so like we were driving into the snow and slickness as we were driving into downtown Denver. And I made Jenny take this photo because I was like, I will be damned if I let that one escape.
Right. Yeah. And you were 100% focused on keeping everyone alive. Yeah.
I was 100% focused on getting this photo. And like, whatever, I was 95% focused on getting this photo and 5% focused on making sure we didn't crash.
Trash Queen. That's wild. And then Miss K on the Frontier, which that fits with the cat stickers and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. And then Mr. Busta on the Escalade. Oh, wow. Yeah, oh man. Mr. Busta. Yeah, who do you think you are? Wow. Amazing, Ian. Wow.
Thank you. I thought that was a good one. I was excited about it.
Did you see Mr. Busta in Chicago, or was that here?
No, I think that's in Cherry Creek.
Okay. Wow. Ian.
Yeah.
Well done, man. Those are some good
Thank
plates.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we did, I think, I dropped my chapstick, which must mean it's time to end. We did a car and IT show.
We did. Yeah.
If people enjoyed this, what should they do?
You know what? You should find some weird Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace ads for us to throw on the alignment chart. We'll do Johnny's in the next episode. You're really going to like it, Ian. Email those or text them. apexadjacent@gmail.com or 720-515-13901. Yeah. Yes. You can text them there. Take a screenshot in case the ad goes away. In case somebody beats us to the bad decision. Right. Yeah. And I do want to thank Aaron for our buddy Aaron for inspiring like this whole thing that is kind of resulted in like the Craigslist alignment chart. So thank you, Aaron.
Yes.
Yeah. So other than that, vanity plates, if you slide into our DMs on Twitter or Instagram, Ian will get them, right? If you text them to 720-515-1391, I will get them. Yeah, or email them. Yep. So yeah, I have some plates that I'm very excited about putting in a game for you as well, Ian. So yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, everybody, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.